Well, rights groups have accused both Gaddafi's forces and his opponents of abuses against detainees. Human Rights Watch says it has strong evidence suggesting government forces went on a spate of arbitrary killing as Tripoli was falling. A warning that you may find some of these following images disturbing. The charred remains of 53 people were found in a warehouse in Tripoli. Witnesses say they were shot dead and then set alight by Gaddafi forces who opened fire on around 130 civilian detainees. Sidney Kwiram is from the Human Rights Watch and has been working in Libya. She's seen the burned bodies in some neighbourhoods of Tripoli and described the scenes.
The charred remains of skeletons we saw in area south of Tripoli called Salahuddin, which was next to or just at the fringes of the Yarmouk military base. Human Rights Watch had heard for months now about various people being detained in that area, in Salahuddin and in Yarmouk. And this was a fairly grim ending to the already terrible stories we'd heard about treatment in some of those areas. The Gaddafi regime had been placing people in both official and unofficial facilities, and what we saw yesterday were still smoldering ashes of about 50 skeletons. It was hard to distinguish them. They were in a warehouse, and it was a pretty grim scene. There were also some bodies that were not burned outside of it, in the courtyard of this agricultural area right next to the military base. According to somebody we talked to, some of these guys might have been the ones who were trying to escape after the guards opened fire on the detention facility. And some of the guys, when the guards were reloading their ammunition, tried to escape, and at that point some of them got shot. And several were wounded but did escape, and some were unscathed and were able to escape and were able to come and tell us the story. But one of the things we've been most concerned about is the possibility for revenge. And we've seen some of that happen in Benghazi and in the east in the early days in February, March, and April. And we also saw some of that happen in the Western Mountains. We've been very outspoken about the importance of making sure that even people's former enemies, even people who might have done pretty terrible things, are handled under the rule of law. That's the most important thing.